Hello, welcome. Now this video will take you through the processes you need to follow when you want to make a reservation at Gusss halls. Primarily, we'll be looking at two things. The first thing, we'll look at how you can actually go through the login process to access the application portal. And the second thing we'll look at is how you can go through to your reservation up to the point of payment and confirmation. So let's start. To begin with, you have to visit the university website uw.edu.gh to be able to access the application portal. That is, if you don't have the uniform resource locator offhead. Good. Now once you visit the university website, go to the students page. Once you click on the student page, you can actually click on the menu item here, click on accommodation, and then click on Gusss Hostel. Now this will direct you to the application portal. Now once at the application portal, there's a login button at the top right hand side corner of the website. So you click on it. Now once you click on it, you get to the login page. Now it is important to understand what you have to do here depending on the category of students you belong to. There are two categories of students. So we have the freshers, that is those who have just been given admission, and then the continuing student. Now if you're a fresher, you have to enter your username. The username is the temporary index number that was provided for you on your admission letter. Now although that temporary index number begins with UW, all in caps, / when you're entering the username, you do not have to enter it. Just enter the numbers that come after UW hyphen, right? So if it is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0, don't enter it like this. Just enter the numbers less the UW / right? Now if you're a continuing student, it doesn't matter. You can just go ahead and enter the index number or student number you have been using on campus. The rest of the process is basically the same for everyone. So once you enter your username, let's try this 51315700003, and then you click on continue. Now once you get here, the system will require you to provide the date of birth, because that is what's been set as your default password. So when you are filling your form, the date of birth you provided, that is what the institution have. So that is what has been designated as your default password. So for the purposes of this tutorial, we are going to select the date of birth that was indicated. So we have 1994, that is the year, and then the month is 4, that is April, and then the day is 30th, which is 30. Now once you provide this, you click on login. Now you'll be required to now change your password to a password you are comfortable with, right? So now you indicate the date of birth, which is your default password. So that will be 1994, and then the month will be April, and then the day will be 30th. Now after that, you need to enter the new password that you want to use. So let me enter my password here, and then I'm going to repeat the same thing. Once the password matches, the change password field will be activated, and now you can click on change password. Good. Now once that you've successfully changed your password, you have to log into the system again with your new password, right? So now let's enter index number 51315700003. Click on continue, and now the password you just entered will have to show, and now you click on login. So that is the first thing, how you can log in. Now the second thing is how you can make the reservation. Now let's quickly look through what we see on the dashboard. So on your left we have your dashboard, and then below we have the reservation. But if you want to make a reservation, you come here, and then if you want to make a payment, right, because you've not made any reservation yet, there is no need for us to make a payment. Now let's go back to the dashboard. You can either click on the reservation here to make your reservation, or you can click on the dashboard and click on go to the reservation page. Right, so once you go, you click there, it takes you to the reservation page. Now currently there are two Gusss halls available, Gusss Hall 1 and then Gusss Hall 3, right? So if you select the hall that you want, it is going to provide you with available blocks for that particular hall. Okay, so as you can see, the gender for the person who logged in is female. So as you can see, we have blocks here, and all these blocks are for female. So if you look at it critically, we have one in a room which is located in block A, female. We have another one in the room which is block A1. We have one in the room which is block A2, right? So forth and so forth. So depending on the type of room you want, you can scroll through. So we have one in a room for starters. Now we have two in a room, and then the blocks there can be located. We have 3 in a room, and then we have 4 in a room. For the purposes of this demonstration, let's select the 4 in a room, which is at block A. So once you click on the block, it tells you that we have the total space for that block to be 60, and then the available space is 55. So you click on OK to select that block. After selecting that block, you click on show rooms. This is going to give you the list of all the rooms that are available for that particular block that you've selected. Now as you can see, we have the first room, that is room S1AF1R01. The room is full because people have booked, 4 people have booked, the space left is 0, and the allowed booking is 4. Now when you move to the second room, you can select the second room, is on floor 1. Now for this particular block, you can see all the rooms and then all the floors they belong to. So now let's select this one, which is S1AF1. Once you select, you can click on continue with the selected room. Now after you do that, your reservation has been saved. Now let's quickly look at what is happening here. Now after you finish with your reservation, you can see that there is an instruction here that gives you information about the bank you are supposed to pay the amount in. So we have 2 banks. The first one is the EW Gusss Hostel Accounts, which has the GCB Bank, and then we have the EW Gusss Operational Account, which is Republic Bank, and then these are the corresponding account numbers. Okay, now this is your reservation invoice. So your reservation invoice gives you the hall, and then the block, and then the type of room, and then the room number, and then the floor the room number belongs to, the amount you are supposed to pay, and then the reservation date. Now as it stands now, you have 4 days to make your payment. So there's a countdown timer that tells you how long you have before your reservation is actually deleted. If you don't make a payment within the stipulated time, your reservation is deleted and the room is released back so that another person can make a reservation. If you want to cancel your reservation too, you can go ahead and cancel your reservation if you don't want it anymore or you want a different room. You can also go ahead and then download your payment invoice. So let's see what is in the payment invoice. So basically the payment invoice gives you information about the reservation you've made and then the banks you are supposed to make the payment into as indicated here. So it's basically what is on the dashboard that is being captured in the reservation invoice. So you can actually download this onto your laptop or your phone so that you can have the account details when you are making the payment. So you can save it as a PDF, but we are not going to save. Good. Now that is it. So after you go to the bank, either Republic Bank or GCB Bank, to make the payment, you'll be given the receipts. You have to upload the receipts so that your reservation can be confirmed for you. Now once you go to upload payment receipt here, you click on upload payment receipt. It brings you to the payment option, and then you select the payment mode, which is bank, and then the bank you made the payment into, you have to indicate it, right? So we made the payment into, let's say, the UW Gusss Hostel account, which is the GCB Bank, and now you check my payment receipt is available. After that, you can select the file you want to make the payment. right? So now let's go to the document page, or let's go to downloads. Let's select this right here, and now you can click on open. After you select the file, you can go ahead and then make or upload the payment receipt. Once your payment receipt is uploaded, your payment has been submitted for confirmation or approval, and then you wait for when your reservation is approved for you. So you can actually view the receipt you uploaded here. It gives you the receipt you uploaded. This is a sample receipt. Or you can also go ahead and then view the reservation. Now it is important to note that once you upload your payment receipts, you will not be given the option to upload any different receipt again. So make sure that you go to the bank and pay and upload the correct receipt, else your reservation will be rejected. Now once your reservation is approved, you can go ahead and then download the license agreement. So let's quickly go through that very briefly. Alright, so now we've waited a while. Let's try and then log in and see if our payment has been approved. Right, so you log in 513157003, click on continue, and then you enter your password, click on login. Good. So as you can see, your reservation has been approved as is indicated here. So you can download the payment invoice, right? So the payment invoice will have the confirmation status as approved. You can print a copy of this so that when you are coming for the key, you present this particular reservation invoice. Another thing you can also do is that, in fact, it is required. You are supposed to download this license agreement form. Once you download this license agreement forms, some of your information has been captured. So your name has been captured. You fill in your level and then your department or faculty. Your student number has been provided for you. And then you go ahead and then you fill all the available space here, right? So once you are done filling the space, you have to sign. Okay, you have to sign. The signing will be at the signature of the licensee parent or guardian, and then the date, and then you have the signature of you, the student, and then the date, right? So you provide your signature, provide the date. Your parent or guardian will have to provide their signature and then the date. So once you are done, make 2 copies, right? So the original one and then a copy. You can make multiple copies if you want. And now when you are coming for the key, in addition to the reservation invoice, bring this particular license agreement. You give one to the hall manager, right? So the hall manager will sign your own copy and sign another copy and then keep it for you. Right, so that is basically the process you have to go through when you want to make a reservation. Okay, so that is it. Now in the event where you've forgotten your password, right, let's assume you want to log in but you've forgotten your password. This is how you go about it. So you go to the login page, so 51315700003. Click on continue. Let me copy this because I'll use it. Continue. Just click on forgot password. Once you click on forgot password, you provide your username, and then once you click on get new password, the date of birth you provided will now be used as the default password for you, right? So now if you enter the username and then you click on continue, it tells you to provide your date of birth. That is already in the system. Right, so basically that's it. So if you forget your password, your date of birth will now be used as your default password, so that you will always remember, so that you don't have to go through a lot of stress. And now you click on login. Once you click on login, right, you can now click on the 1994, which is the year, the month is the 4th, and then the date is 30th, right? And now you can set your new password. And now the password will be changed. Once it gets changed, you can now go ahead and then log in with the new password. So that is basically what you have to do if you forget your password, and now voila, we are in. So that is the process. Now, in case you have any issues, okay, in case you have any issues, there are numbers that have been provided for you to contact. So on the top right hand side corner, this particular Gusss administrator number has been indicated here. If you have any issues at all, you can call this number. They will be more than eager to help you. If you want to send an email to, an email has been provided, gusshostels@uw.edu.gh. You can send an email with your issue or your challenge, and then a response will be given to you via the email if you have any issues at all. So if, for example, you finish with your admission process and you want to make a reservation and it tells you your account cannot be found, do not panic, right? Keep on trying again, and then once the data gets loaded, you'll be able to access the system. So if you have any issues or concerns, reach out to either this number or send an email, and our representatives will be more than eager to take you through. Thank you very much for your time, and enjoy your stay at Gusss Hostel.